Hello everyone, welcome to the Dual Podcast where real conversations happen, real people talk, and real growth begins. Have you ever felt so tired, but when you finally get time to rest, you just can't? Your body is still, it's like you're in stillness, but your mind is still running. You're thinking about what you haven't done, what you should be doing, what is not working in your life, and things like that. If that's you, you're not alone. So today we're going to talk about something a lot of people are experiencing, but are not saying it out loud: mental burnout. Now let's talk about relatable realities. Like number one, pressure to succeed. Nowadays, everyone wants to succeed, which is not a bad thing. Success is something that everyone is looking up to nowadays. But I feel like there's so much pressure in, like, everyone wants to have a new car, wants to buy a house, wants to do this, wants to have new clothes. You want to have a good life, but you're putting yourself in too much pressure. Yeah, and there's social media comparison. Yeah, a lot is happening right now on social media, and the things that we see on social media we think are the real things that are happening, yet we just find ourselves comparing ourselves with what is happening. And now that's where the pressure comes in. You also want to be like so and so, you want to have a car like so and so, and you don't even know where this money is coming from. It's just about content, yeah. And also always feeling like you're behind. I've experienced this, feeling like I'm behind, and know that now it comes with its own pressures of feeling like I'm supposed to be doing this, I'm supposed to be doing that, I'm supposed to be like so and so. You see that people have gone so ahead of you, and now you have been left behind, and now it's like time is moving so fast. You haven't achieved what you needed to achieve. You had this goal set, and now nothing is working at this particular moment, and now you end up feeling like there's no room for rest for you. Even if you have an off day, maybe you're working in a company, working somewhere, then you have an off day. You can't rest because you feel guilty, because there are so many things going on in your mind. Yeah, even rest itself becomes stressful. You feel like now you feel guilty just sleeping for even more than 3 hours. You feel, I've experienced this. And it's like when on my off days, my day to rest, I just take some time, decide, let me stay in the house. But my body is just, I'm like sleeping on the bed and I am still, but my mind is running up and down. Everything is just, moving so fast in my head. I can't just ile tu ni kama siwezi zima akili yangu nilale tu, because I'm thinking of what I haven't done, what I should be doing, what should happen, this and that, all these things. And I end up not even resting. And the next day when I go back to work, I feel I feel overwhelmed. Now you feel the burnout. Now, if we talk about the real thing that is happening, the layers of this burnout, number one is mental overload. You have been overthinking. You are overthinking almost everything, literally even the smallest thing. Even just something that you're supposed to eat, you overthink it, A constant decision making, whereby you end up making so many decisions in a day, like what to wear, which route to use, either expressway or the normal road, Yeah, what to do in a day. Like maybe you don't, like for me, as I've struggled with planning my day. So if you don't plan your day, you find that you will have so many decisions to make. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this, you want to do everything at once. So you see, the constant decision making, you overload your mind. Mentally, you are destroying your let's say just your mental health, Yeah. Emotional weight. You're carrying so much expectations from people, societal expectations, from family, from friends, and I think that's one thing that's affecting us, especially in this generation. There's so many expectations that we put, that people want us to look a certain way, people want us to live a certain way, people want us to do this, people want us to do that, and you just end up, it's just heavy on you, and you can't carry yourself, you can't handle yourself even emotionally, And there's one thing that I've really struggled with: internal pressure. The thoughts of, I need to be better, I need to be further from where I am, I need to be doing something big, you know, I need to have achieved something by this time, I need to have done this and that, you know, there's that internal pressure. It keeps pressing, the thoughts keep running in your mind, it keeps spiraling. You end up now, you know, the burnout becomes even worse because now you are carrying 3 different things: the overload, the emotional weight, you know, the internal pressure, you know, and everything. So you're not even just tired from doing, you're even tired from even carrying all these things, and now letting them go, it becomes harder and harder. And you end up not being productive at work, and it starts to show. It even shows in how you relate with people. It's even affecting you as a person. You're not able to sit around many people. You feel uncomfortable, you know. You start not being, feeling yourself, you know, start not acting like yourself, you know, and people see it. People say, so you're the only person that can't see it. Yeah. Yeah. And so let's, try and, break down burnout into layers. There's something called mental overload. I don't know about you, but I have struggled with overthinking. I overthink almost everything, literally, even what I want to eat. You know, for example, if you go out with a friend or someone, and you're supposed to order food, right? It takes a long time for you to decide just a simple meal. You know, it takes time for you just to say, this is what I'm going to eat. To choose a meal, even to choose a drink. You stay there, especially the drinks, for the flavors, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate. You're just there like, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate. You're like, chagua kwanza. Choose first, you know. Things like that. I have struggled overthinking, and I know how it can. It's because my mind is overloaded with a lot of things, yeah, and constant decision making. I when it comes to planning my day, I'm not the type to write down everything that I'm supposed to do, like having a to-do list, you know, having everything planned and ready. I'm the type to just think, today I'm supposed to do this, do that, you know, call someone, wear this, you know. You end up making so many decisions at once, like what you're going to wear, what you're going to eat in that day, whether you're going to use expressway or the normal road, whether you're going to use matatu or Uber. Yani the smallest thing, you just make so many decisions at once. By the end of the day, you are just tired, even just of making all those decisions. And you might even make so many decisions that by the end of the day, you won't even do you won't even do complete even one of the decisions that you have made, you know. So when your mind is overloaded, the burnout is just growing day by day. It's growing and growing, you know. It's growing and growing. And also something else, emotional weight. You know, nowadays, a lot of us struggle from people's expectations, family expectations. Your family expects you to have achieved this by now. People expect you to be married by now. People expect you to have a good job, making it in life. And life right now is just lifing. It's not everything that is flowing perfectly, you know. Everyone is trying here and there. Some are making it, some are still trying, some are, you know, everyone is just on their own level, you know. And back when we were in high school, we used to have these big dreams. We used to see ourselves making it. We used to see ourselves in good schools, making it in our careers, you know, achieving, traveling the world and all that. But the moment we stepped outside school, now reality hit and we had to face life just the way it is, you know. And so there are these expectations that even your friends have for you, like, I don't know, having relationships, you know, people expect you maybe to call every day, expect you to talk every day. They expect you to meet up every time. Like, people just expect that you have money to even show up for these hangouts. People just expect that you have everything you need. Even when they see you posting on social media, just by seeing you and how you're carrying yourself, people just wanajijazia, udem siku hizi akona pesa, msichana siku hizi make it, siku hizi unapiga luku, you know, things like that. So there are these expectations that people want you to live, but you know, in your head now, because these are things that people are saying, these are things that people expect you to do, you end up now, you're the one who's carrying the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts of what people are saying and everything, and it becomes heavy. And it becomes heavy, you end up burning. You end up, what is it called? Getting tired of you just carrying these emotions. It becomes heavy on you. And you know, when you're carrying a heavy thing, it's not even easy to climb a mountain. When you're carrying a heavy thing, there's that goal that you have set. There's somewhere you're going. But when you're carrying heavy things, it's not easy. You have to let go of some things, you know. Trying to be strong all the time. I am a victim of trying to be strong all the time, always feeling like you have it all together. You can do this, you know, you can do this. Kujeni hapa, you know. I can do this by myself. I don't need anyone, you know. But I'm slowly learning how to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. There are so many people out here who can help you just to talk, just sharing how you feel, sharing what you need to be. Even if you don't have money, call someone, have few friends that you can tell, you know. And something else that I've also struggled with, I'm still trying to navigate through, is internal pressure. That feeling of I need to be. I'm not supposed to be where I am right now. I need to be. Sasa nafaa kuwa nimefika mahali, nimejijenga, niko na pesa, niko na I've achieved this and that. Yeah, and you know, it eats me up every day. The internal pressure, you know, you're not doing enough. I need to be better than this. I'm not worthy of this. You know, things like that. And it's a bit heavy. Like externally, I feel things are okay. Things are moving. I'm taking a step at a time. I'm taking a day at a time. I am trying my best to make it even through the day. But internally, I feel like I'm so much behind. It's like, wow, hey. Yani, kwanza ukiona mtu mwingine mwenye sasa especially when you see someone who is doing something that you're supposed to be doing, and they're very much ahead of you. They're making the bold steps that when you see them, whatever they're doing is living in your head, is living in your mind, rent free. You know exactly what in fact, they are posting every day what they're doing, and that is what you know you're supposed to be doing. Now it lives in your head it's for you. It's still a dream. It's still something that you're making baby steps. You know, you're trying to make it happen step by step, and you end up having this pressure of nitawahi fika hapa lini, nitawahi fanya hivi lini, yet I think what I'm learning right now is that we are all on different paths. God has set us on different paths. We could be doing the same thing, but we all have our own journey. So me comparing myself with this other person whom I know is doing the same thing that I want to do, I don't have to look like her. I don't have to do what she's doing, he or she is doing. I don't have to fit myself in what she's doing so that I feel like now this is what I am supposed to do. This is what I'm doing, and I am winning. You know, I am learning to focus on my own journey, focus on my own path, so that these pressures can, you know, I can contain myself. I can take care of myself mentally and everything, because you'll find that even as you carry all these things, these layers, the mental overload, the emotional weight, and the internal pressure, it's like now you're just not tired from doing these things. You're even tired from just carrying them, from just holding them in your heart, in your mind, you know, in your body and everything. You can't lie in bed and be still for an hour straight. It's like your mind is just running and thinking of all these things. Like, hey, if like mtu akipewa chance aingie kwa akili yako for 5 minutes when you're resting, hey, hata yeye mwenyewe atashindwa kitu atafanya, because everything is just helter-skelter. This and this is happening, you know. But there's a solution to every problem, right? So let's take a short break from here, and when we come back, I want us to talk about why rest feels hard and how we can find real rest again. Stay tuned.
God is good, ameniwezesha kwani maadui amenyamazisha. God is good, ameniwezesha kwani maadui amenyamazisha.
Ina masepedo chakora kwenye vita amenilinda, anatumisha ushindi wangu katikati ya maadui endo ngao yangu.
Welcome back to the Dual Podcast. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful song during the short break. We are still on the topic mental burnout, and now we're going to look at why you can't rest, or why maybe rest feels so hard. One of the things that I know that is affecting us the most is identity. For some of us, identity is tied to our productivity. It's like, now, if you're not doing something, then you're worthless. You know, your worth is tied to what you do, the things that you do, your busyness, maybe your career. You know, like you have to be working constantly so that you feel like you are somebody, or so that you fit in a certain space. You know, and you know it even brings us to leads to now people pleasing. You know, yeah, like you have to work. Your worth is tied to you being always active, always doing something, always achieving something. And the moment you slow down, it's like you start feeling unsafe. You start feeling like there's danger coming. You start feeling like something bad might happen. You might lose your worth, because your worth is tied to now you being busy, you doing something, you always, making things move and work and things like that. And you know, in that slowing down, like you don't want to slow down, because by slowing down, it means that you'll have to face your biggest fears, which are your emotions, maybe the things that you deal with. I think the one thing that helped me now to navigate through this is allowing myself to now face the reality of who I am, not just outside, but inside. You know, you can look at yourself in the mirror and you see this external picture, but how easy is it to now see now the real you, the things that are happening inside of you, you know, seeing the scars, the wounds, the things that are happening, the bleeding that is going on in you. I used to be that person who would avoid emotions, who would avoid that feeling, you know, of things coming up to the surface. And you know, one thing about God, I'm learning that God cannot, you cannot heal when you don't allow things to come up to the surface. God allows these things. When God takes you through this process of healing, He allows these things to come to the surface so that they can be dealt with. The same way, if you put a glass of wine here on a running tap, when water is running on the wine glass, it will start from the bottom, coming up until it's clear, right? So things have to come to the surface so that you heal from them. So I think that's one of the things that people don't want to face: avoiding your emotions, avoiding fear of slowing down. You don't want to slow your life down. You just want to keep working and working every day. You're waking up, you're going, because you are avoiding the real thing. You're avoiding even rest, even that one day of rest. It's like you are, if you are employed somewhere and then you have an off day, that's now the day you want to do your own things. You know, you're busy with going for shopping. You're busy with going for maybe you just want to find yourself busy. Maybe you don't even have anything to do, but just want to go to town for no reason. The day has ended, you haven't even rested, because rest is a place of calmness, a place of stillness. And the real thoughts come when you are still. The real thoughts come when you're sitting still. Reality now hits you. Hey, this is where I am. Like, you don't want to accept the reality of this is where I am. This is how I'm feeling. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to do going forward, or maybe this is what I need to deal with, your emotions and everything that's happening in your life. And you find that it becomes hard to just face yourself. Identity crisis is a big problem. If only people could just take time, and face life just the way it is, not just outside, but even internally, you know, the fear of facing your pain, yeah, you know, facing your wounds, the things that have happened to you. That's why it's even hard to forgive others, you know. You end up just adding a lot of pressure in your life. Yeah, you become mentally burnt out, you become mentally disoriented and things like that, you know. So maybe a question you can ask yourself: what happens when you're alone with your thoughts, you know? When you're just sitting alone, what happens when you're alone? Maybe you can answer that question and you'll find solutions to your problem. And another one, maybe just thinking, what are you avoiding by staying busy? When you answer those two questions, maybe rest can start becoming easy, because when we redefine now rest, because we have been made to believe that rest is laziness. Maybe rest is you quitting, you know. Maybe rest is, you know, stepping back from the progress you've already made. You know, no. I think that's a lie. Today we are redefining rest, and we are finding rest, real rest, again, knowing that rest is not laziness, rest is not quitting, rest is also part of growth. Just taking a day to rest, even a week, even a month, that's why there are leaves, there are holidays, you know. People take time with the family, and also it's good to find your way of resting. Are you the type to rest when you are around people? Are you the type to rest when you are alone? Those quiet moments, maybe you travel alone, or maybe you travel to family, you know. Know yourself. Yeah, those are some of the practical ways. And also, one of the things that has helped me mostly is journaling. When I sit down to write my thoughts, like this morning I was able to journal how I was feeling, because there were things that I was dealing with and I knew that I was running away from them. And so I was able to just sit down and write exactly how I was feeling. And I felt a bit lighter. I felt like a load has been, something has been offloaded from me. And I felt like now I can handle this day. Now I can go through this day, you know, because I was suppressing my feelings. I was ignoring my emotions and all that. And I didn't want it to burst out, because when it comes to bursting out, it will mean that it will have to affect others. It will have to affect the people that are around me, the people that I love, the people that love me, you know. And it's not a good thing. You better deal with them, because we are living in a world where everyone is going through something. But it takes intentionality to just make sure that you don't project your whatever is happening in your life to other people. Also being present in the moment. Take time to just be present in your life, you know. More often than not, you accommodate people so much, you know. You are present in so many other people's life, but you forget yourself. And remember that no one remembers you like you remember others. So you end up being the one being affected by this burnout. You know, you experience this burnout because you're always present, you're always there, you're always the strong one, you're always the one showing up for everyone, but no one is showing up for you, you know. And also I've learned to trust God in this journey, you know. It's not easy to let go of control, of being the strong one, being the one who knows who can handle everything at once, you know. It's not always easy not to have all the answers. Like right now in life, there are so many things that you want to do, and there's so many things that you are asking yourself, and you want answers, you know. But learning to trust God, especially giving God time. This has really, it has taken me time to understand this. That every day something happens, I'm like, oh God, now what is happening? But give God time, because in due time you find that even the word says that God's perfect time, God will make it happen in his perfect time. So I'm learning to trust God in this journey. I'm learning to let go of control, and also accepting that I can't have all the answers, you know, right? Yeah. So also I'm learning that real rest is not just about maybe stopping everything that I'm doing. Yeah. It's also trusting God enough to release everything I'm holding. You know, when I'm taking a step back, maybe to reflect, maybe to journal, maybe to, you know, just be present in the moment, I am allowing God, I'm giving God enough time to handle the pressure that I have, you know, because I feel like it's even hard to share sometimes, even with someone, whatever you're going through, you know, because you haven't dealt with it yourself. Because before I go to someone to share, I will talk to God and tell God, this is how I'm feeling, this is what, because I've struggled with trust issues before. So talking to someone sometimes even affects me more, you know, but I learned how to talk to God first, and God will send someone, and it will become easy even to just release what you're holding in your heart, to speak to someone, you know. It's okay to say, God, I don't have it all together, but I trust you with my life, and I promise you, rest will be the easiest thing. I think I'm at a place where now resting has become something I look forward to. And when I sit alone in my house, when I'm in my bed, when I'm lying down, I am able to shut everything off and tell myself, Christine, it's not the end of the world. It's just a day that you need to just cool off and sleep, you know. And your mind will obey, and you'll sleep, and you'll wake up, and tomorrow you'll continue with your life normally. If you've been feeling tired but unable to rest, maybe what you need is not to do more. You just need to pause and know that you're not behind. Know that you're not falling. You're not failing. Yeah, you're just human. Yeah. Take a deep breath and just rest. And so if this conversation moved you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a real person. Stay real. Keep growing. And we will catch up with you in the next conversation. Bye.